don't know, but they keep telling me I don't know.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. All kinds of great news coming at you. It's Monday morning. We've got a great show lined up. Bitcoin, could we see another pullback before the halving, or is it heading to $50,000 next and possibly even higher to a new all-time high in 2024? Shibarium showing 50% increase in activity, so some possible moves on Shiba Inu price action. We got the economic calendar. We got news. We got OC guy. It's time, guys. Let's get it. Class is in session. Guys, welcome to Piper Academy. I'm your host, Army Piper. We come at you every Monday through Friday, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. We've got a good show lined up today, guys, but unfortunately, we only have one of my co-hosts here today. Tradfi is not in. So you guys may have heard, possibly you've heard, about some streaker yesterday on the football field at the Super Bowl. It may or may not have been Tradfi, but he's not able to be with us today. So you can take that for what it's worth. But I am not alone. I do have my my good partner in crime over here, OC guy, bro. What's up, man? How you doing?
Not much. Just figuring out that I no longer have Tradfi Premium, so I'm in the middle of getting it back. But other than that, doing fantastic. Yesterday was a carnival right here in Cozumel. I went out, and also, I mean, that was something like really amazing. Some dude got power out of the street. I don't know how. He strapped a TV to a post, and he was watching the carnival and also watching the football, the football game, right? So that's the exact place I was there, just looking at the TV, looking at the carnival, everything looking great. So thank you for the introduction. Just wanted to share that.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Yeah. No, actually, guys, Tradfi is not with us today because he had an operation. He had a mission to go on for his job. Because, you know, he's a fly, as Dave Digital likes to point out. So no, he had operations today. He had missions today. So he's not able to join us, but it's okay. We still got a great show lined up. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to drink some delicious El Salvador coffee from Legendary Aviation. So
Cheers to that.
yeah, delicious morning coffee. Guys, we have some news. You guys may have seen yesterday on the football, some football game that was going on. I think it was called, what was it? Oh yeah, the Super Bowl. There was some things that happened yesterday on there. Like we had, for example, Jack Dorsey on there with the Satoshi shirt. He was rocking the Satoshis on there. But there were no crypto commercials. So I was really disappointed in that. But yeah, did you guys watch the game, or did you guys watch the charts last night? Or did you do a little of both? Because I had my phone up on a charger on a table next to my chair. And then I was also watching the game. So, you know, keeping up to date on everything. So let's go ahead and get into the news. OC, real fast, did you watch the Super Bowl?
A little bit. I was already in the middle between the carnival, the Super Bowl, and also going to dinner. So I watched most of it. Was very good. I mean, it wasn't the Falcons though, but I mean,
it was a great game. That was a great game. I know. It doesn't have the activity of 2 points scored in an entire game of soccer. So I get it. It's okay. Let's jump over there and check out news, man. Looking at the crypto bubbles today, guys, we got IMX up 8.1%. So Immutable X making some moves there. Stacks up 5.2%. OP up 3.7%. Let's go see how everything else is looking down here. Bitcoin making moves up today. 48,326, almost at $1 trillion market cap just on Bitcoin alone there, guys. Up 0.9% for the hour, up 0.5% for the day so far. Ethereum taking a little breather for the day. Starting to rebound a little bit and make up some of that lost movement there. Solana, same thing, getting that last hour, getting that move back up, trying to regain what they lost yesterday. XRP 1.7% down for the day. Chainlink up a tenth of a percent, a whole whopping tenth of a percent there. Avalanche still down about 2.4, but everything's starting to get some rallies back. Markets are open. They are starting to get some movement. the traditional markets, Tradfi. So getting some movements there, kind of giving some of that energy over to the crypto space. Let's go ahead and take a look here at liquidations in the past 24 hours, and we'll see how this is looking for us. Liquidations in the past 24 hours, guys. Excuse me. Past 24 hours, 38,883 people were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at 99.33 million. The largest single liquidation was on OKX. It was ETH, valued at 3.9 million. So there we go for that. Economic calendar, nothing today, guys. Quiet today. Tomorrow, huge. Bigly tomorrow, guys. Putting it out Trump style there. We got a couple of Feds speaking today. They're going to be speaking. Then we got the monthly budget statement. Nothing big. Tomorrow, core inflation rate month over month. Core inflation rate year over year. The inflation rate month over month, and then the inflation rate year over year. And let's take a look at these numbers right now. Core inflation rate month over month projected for, this is for January, projected to be neutral, coming in at 0.3%, still 0.3%, right? Core inflation, we were at 3.9%. Looking right now that we could have the core inflation rate for year over year down 0.2%, giving us a nice little rally. We should get a nice little rally off of that in the markets. I did a lot of yelling yesterday. You can hear it all in my chest. Inflation rate here, month over month, though, guys, 0.2%. Previously, looking at neutral on that also. But check this out. The inflation rate for year over year, currently sitting at 3.4%. We have a consensus as low as 2.9. That is an entire 0.5% decrease. So are you looking up at me? Yes, yeah, I look down at you. Yes. That is really good. We got 3.1% on the forecast, though. So that's what we're seeing there. Let's go and take a look at what we're seeing on the CME. Let's see if this is making any difference calls for when we will see our rate cuts, okay? And so what I want to bring up here is show you guys this. We were looking as early as March having high likelihood of rate cuts. Well, now March is only a 15.5% chance of a rate cut. You can see that right here, probability, 15.5%, no change, 84.5%. So nothing in March is going to happen. Take a look at May. May was like 98% at one point. It's now only a 62.2% chance of easing. June, where we had 100% for June and July, now 92.5% and 98.5%. Guys, unless this has changed, I do not see a 100% chance until December of this year. These rate cuts are getting pushed out and pushed out and pushed out further and further away. So this could have some people in the markets getting a little bit antsy, if you will, a little anxious because they want these rate cuts to occur, because rate cuts means that lenders can now banks can borrow money from the federal government for cheaper, which then stabilizes the banking industry. And then people can borrow money cheaper from the banks, which then gives money inflow for businesses, for purchases. It's the boost to the economy, which they don't want that yet because they don't want inflation to get too high. And if there's a boost into the economy, that means everyone's got money and people are buying and moving stuff, which means inflation can go up. It's a vicious cycle. But right now, looking at December for that first rate cut. Earnings reports for today, guys. Let's take a look if there's any big ones on here for the whole week. Bright House Financials on here. Arista, that's pretty much it there for Monday. But Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, we've got Datadog, Robinhood. That was some big ones in here. We got a couple of these hotels in here. And then Instacart. Did you guys see the Instacart commercials yesterday? They were fantastic during the Super Bowl. So I was laughing. Those are some of the funnier ones that I saw. CME Group on Wednesday, but Thursday, guys. Thursday, we got DraftKings, got Coinbase that I'm going to be watching there. And I think that's it. Interdigital, I think, was the other one. But that's what I'm watching for this week on these earnings reports. Just keep in mind, this is what it is. And this is going to be, let's come over here to DuoCam. The earnings report is going to be released in the weekly newsletter. It's coming out from Piper Academy. It's available to all members at all levels. So if you guys are interested in joining, just check below. It says join. if you're on a computer. If you're not, you got to go to a computer and click join. And then we've got a newsletter going out with on top of our trade signals and one-on-ones and everything else that we do over there. But let's check out the chat and see what everybody's saying in the chat here. Was Tradfi the streaker at yesterday's Super Bowl? Yes, it's inspirational. Funny there, Crux. Shout out to Crux Crypto in the background running all this stuff. Any interesting chat that you're seeing in there today, ZTS over there? Just good mornings and hellos. Well, good morning and hello to everyone out there. Give that back to you. I appreciate you guys joining us here on Piper Academy. I'm going to go ahead and pull this down right here so that I can have access to all the people's comments right there. See, I got it now all set up. Let's get back to the news. Unless you got anything, OC, before I get back into the news articles.
No, absolutely. Let's go back into the news.
Let's do news. Let's do it. Let's check out X marks the spot. Did you guys see this yesterday? You're going to see this on every thumbnail today. It's why I didn't use this actual picture, because everyone and their mother is going to use this today on their thumbnails. Made my own. I made my own. I want Joe Biden with laser eyes. We have Joe Biden with laser eyes at home. That's what I heard when I was thinking about that. So there you go. My son's over here laughing. Yes, I've mastered the Zoomer meme world, Zach. Looking here at the Kabisi letter for the weeks for the events this week from them. Let's see what he says. He says January CPI. I talked about that on Tuesday. Thursday is going to be U.S. retail sales data, and then Philly Fed manufacturing data on Thursday also, and then PPI inflation data on Friday. So that's what we have this week. Total of 8 Fed speakers, and 20% of the S&P's companies get their earnings reports. So how nice of them. What else do we have here? Let's go take a look. Yes, this one here, guys. This one is interesting. It takes an average 8 months from the last Fed hike to the first Fed cut. Okay. This is historically, it is 8 months. So when there's the last rate hike you had, go forward 8 months. That's when when we have typically seen the first rate cut. So history says that it will begin cutting interest rates in March 2024. Because of the last time we had that, which is probably why it was so high originally for March trade cut, Fed rate cuts, even though we weren't seeing that being said by anyone. So historically speaking, the Fed waits 8 months afterwards before they get those rate cuts there. The last rate cut hike was the last rate hike, was in July 2023. That would make it March 2024. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. I thought it was pretty interesting that we're not seeing those numbers on the CME, but we are definitely seeing it there on the 8-month timeline. So there's that picture from just today, Jack Dorsey. He was sitting over there with Jay-Z and Beyonce with his Satoshi shirt on. So that was the closest we got to crypto in the Super Bowl yesterday. What else? Do I have anything else here for today? I don't think so. I think that's it on X marks the spot. Let's move on to some news articles here. Apologies for all the people that just got bright white light in their face. I tried to make this thing dark and it just won't go dark. Shiba Inu sees a 50% surge in Shibarium activity after SHIB price finds key support here. Shiba Inu's blockchain platform Shibarium witnesses surge in activity while Shiba Inu token SHIB navigates key price support. So right now, Shiba Inu sitting at price support ranges on the charts, and now they're seeing this like massive boost in Shibarium. So we might take a look at that token today and see how SHIB is looking. I just wanted to bring up that hey, this Shibarium network that they have getting a lot of activity right as Shiba Inu is looking like it found support and could be making another bullish move soon. So let's talk about Bitcoin here. Bitcoin to hit $50,000 after bullish weekly divergence. We're going to be taking a look at that weekly divergence also, says top analysts here. So with having events ahead, Bitcoin is on the brink of hitting $50,000. We're actually finding some really interesting resistance right now that we're going to take a look at also. Bitcoin's price has garnered significant attention recently as it's edging closer to the $50,000 mark, driven by a bullish weekly divergence. Top crypto analyst Michael Van de Popp took to X, formerly Twitter, to highlight Bitcoin's impressive trajectory, noting its recent break above $48,000. $48,000. He says that it's hitting resistance, but could get a push back above and start to hit that $50,000 in the upcoming 1 to 2 weeks. So we'll take a look at that and see what he's seeing there. Now, on the other flip side of this, flip a Bitcoin on the side of this. One final retracement before the Bitcoin halving. That's what one analyst thinks could be happening here. Crypto expert, if you will, took to the social media platform and next to share his perception with his nearly 400,000 followers. Rect Capital, love this guy, believes Bitcoin is poised for a significant retracement before the halving. According to the analyst, retracement will be Bitcoin's last correction before the halving event. So, in response to a pseudonymous user, Curiously asked the expert if he could address the pre-halving rally phase in his next newsletter. He said, of course, we're unable to have both play out as we are currently above 8 resistance lines. So, that is what he is thinking, is that we're going to have a big pullback still come. It's not going to be anything major. It's going to be one of those resistance lines that we now have a support below us. So, but that is very quickly coming. And then lastly here, leaving you some hopium here on Bitcoin, the halving event. It's a catalyst for scarcity and price appreciation. And it's coming up. We are about 68 days, I think I saw, or 70 days. It's getting really close. So we're going to be pulling that up and taking a look at that. But yes, the halving is coming. But Bitcoin price predictions, what expert weighs in though and says that based on this, he thinks that we will hit a new all-time high on Bitcoin this year in 2024. So it's Crypto Rover. Take it for what it's worth. But he says, I think Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high in 2024. At the time of the writing, Bitcoin was trading at 48,234. Crypto Rover thinking that it breaks above that 618 and then they get that new all-time high in 2024. So OC, what do you think? Do we see a new all-time high this year, or do we break 69,000 next year? What do you think?
I believe that we're going to break it next year, although I do have to say that I was expecting a little bit of a range, but we're following very, very closely a little pattern that we went a couple of months ago. So we could be getting close, but I don't think that we're going to break it.
You don't think we're going to break? You think that we'll hit 69 and then reject? Is that possible?
I think it's gonna go slightly below and then reject. I don't think that we're gonna be hitting 69. What do you think?
I'm looking here. I think. Well, you know what? Let me show you what I think. Let's go. Come over here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's show you what I think here, OC. This chart you guys never seen. We hit yesterday, that high point that we hit. Guys, I don't move these lines. These lines are the same lines that have been here it's the 786, man. Look, we hit that yesterday on the weekly close. Literally, the wick is on it, right? I don't know if I can make that any more clear for the viewers. Guys, let me know. Can you see those wicks, or do I need to go a little brighter on them? But there's a wick right there, and it literally hits the 786, okay? If that is the case, what's going on here, and right now we're pushing on this again for another attempt to break above it, that puts us at the top of the platinum pocket, which would be $60,000 Bitcoin. Okay. The next level up from that would be up here sitting at about $65,000 on the 1-to-1 line, which, if you come back here, was our candle close for the weekly. So we could absolutely wick up above that, and it would not be that far from that line. If we go from here up to 69K, that would only be like a 6% move. I think it's absolutely possible. I think it's absolutely possible. I think we could absolutely break 69K this year, especially with the bullishness that we're already seeing. And again, guys, I gave this chart out to the members. I'm going to be releasing a video on how to put on this chart so you guys can duplicate it. I'm going to give a little class on it. The magna cum laude and the summa cum laude already had a class, and they all have this chart now. They built it. But I'm doing a video for everyone else, as my son would say, for the plebes. I'm making one for the plebes so that you guys can have this on here and be able to watch these levels and see these levels because they've played out beautifully. If you saw a rejection here on the 786 down to the bottom of the golden pocket there and the wick to wick bounce and rejection, that move by itself was a 20, about 21% move without any leverage. And then of course, coming back up again, same thing from that golden pocket up to where we currently are now, a 26% move. So it's good, guys. It's good. So I'll be teaching you guys how to do this chart. So, but that's what I'm seeing there on Bitcoin, guys. Let's go over here and check out the 4-hour time frame. These are my local fibs, have nothing to do with the fibs that I have on that other chart. That's based on candle top to candle bottom of a cycle. These are based on the previous high to the previous, to the local low, local high to local low. Okay. And you can see we got perfect bounce here and candle close and then a pump right off of that $47,900 level. That would be the 887 of the platinum pocket, continuing up and holding there this whole weekend. That 887 is the critical support that we have to hold. If not, we're going to be coming back down to the 786. Something else that I want to show you going on here, we do have this blue line right here. That is the midline of the trade band of predictive ranges. Right now, we've been fighting this this upper trade band all weekend. Right now, we're above it. We did get a little one here, and then we pulled back into it. But right now, we're pretty decent above it. We had that wick there that did it before, so we're going to be watching. Is this a liquidity grab to grab this range right in here at about 49,000 and then come back down? Or is this going to be the one that breaks us out of this trade band that we are currently topping? Sheldon Cooper effect. Penny. That's what keeps happening there. Knock, knock, knock. Penny. So we're going to see if it gets that Sheldon Cooper effect and is able to get through that. But right now, let's take a look at the oscillators. Oscillator looking like we're getting a little bit of a flipping here going on to the upside here of this Oscillator Pro. When we get these, that's when we typically get this move. You can see we topped out here. We started to get that curvature. Bam, it came back up, put us into a new level. Looks like kind of what we got going on here. And this could be pushing us up into that next level at 49,000. I would definitely say that if we continue on our glide path as we are looking at it right now, we are absolutely looking at the potential for a $50,000 Bitcoin this week. That is all going to be dependent on CPI data tomorrow, so don't forget that. OC, let's kick it over to you. Let's get some OC Mexican spaghetti, bro.
Absolutely. Let's get started with that breakfast. So let's see. And this is what I do believe that we're going to be seeing. So we have 69K all the way up here. All right. So just bear in mind that what's going to be happening all the way down before here, and also what has been happening here. So remember that a long time ago, I was looking at this composite, or basically this pattern that I was looking at. This area A and B basically double top and then dropping back down, making a fake out, and then bouncing back up, breaking the previous double top. All right. So I'm gonna be measuring that, and remember that I'm gonna go for a measure move. All right. I'm just gonna put it all the way down there. Before we drop on the chart. So what happened here, we have A, B, and then we have the fake out to the upside for the ETF. Remember, I was saying I don't believe it's going to get approved, and I do think that we're going to have this drop. Well, we did get it approved. Anyway, we had the drop, right? Going for that fake out. Look at that beautiful bit fake out, almost 1-to-1. I mean, I can even say that, and I'm going to go to this arrow, all right? And we can even say that we had that movement as this other movement in here, and then the last peak or drop, it was right here, and then right there. Well, what was I expecting? I was expecting for the range to happen here. Why? Because we had this kind of like a exhaustion here, basically just trying to go higher, but then retracing. So I was expecting a little range all the way here, although we broke this trend line that we had painted there. So now what I believe is that we're going to be having that range up there. And why am I going to be thinking that? Because remember what is happening right here after the drop. A pump breaking the previous high, all right? A pump breaking the previous high, or almost there breaking the previous high, and then a little up range with a little drop right down here. Nothing major, but kind of like it goes, sorry for that, kind of like it goes with the size of this range, right? So as you can see, this is what am I expecting now, and I believe that we're gonna be doing that for a little bit before we break to the upside. So possibly, I mean, this is gonna be taking 422 bars, so 211 days. So possibly something like that. And then I'm going to be grabbing the, remember, I'll say we either start printing some signals of reversal because this movement was slightly higher. So I am expecting this one to be slightly higher, somewhere around there. So as you can see, it's kind of like a lining up perfectly. So now I'm not going to try to fight this pattern. In fact, I'm going to go with it. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. But remember, this is a 12-hour or even daily, but my specialty is the 4-hour, and I'll be reacting to the 4-hour. So the 4-hour, let me just see, what do I have? And I'm going to bring up my oscillator, and let's see, we have some starting reversal signals, all right? We're not seeing that already, but we're having a peak seeker, we're having two reversal, an overbought, and also a triple bearish divergence. Pretty small so far, all right? We could start pushing upward or keep pushing upward because of all of the FOMO that we're seeing in the markets. And the next thing I will be liking to look at will be something like my predictive ranges. Let me see if I can get them to work. I'm gonna just drop it and turn it back on to see if that, it is not wanting to fix. All right, so maybe I just need to reset my charts. I'll do that.
Good job,
in the meantime. So yeah, I know. TradFi has been so buggy lately, but yeah, I mean, that's what I got so far. Piper, what else do you have? By the way, I would like to go over EGLD afterwards in the next round.
Awesome.
Because
Major
Major
pain. I saw it.
was
I got
asking
it.
for it.
So yesterday,
Great.
yesterday in the community, I dropped this into our trade calls. This is for our members over there. And I said, hey, guys, keep in mind, be watching right now. We are on this chain link trend line. It's a very old trend line. And we could be getting a rejection off that if we break above it. Obviously, trade the retest on it. What did I tell them exactly on this? I said, for members, for those watching Chainlink, keep an eye on the blue trend line. It's old and powerful. And then, of course, Eric Wallen came back and said, old and powerful like me. So appreciate it, Eric. You're the man. Appreciate you calling me old. I'll just skip the part about powerful. But if you take a look at what we got here on the charts, guys, this is what we were looking at yesterday on that timeline. And then what we got is a rejection on that blue line, exactly on it. So that move there, giving a move to the downside currently of about 3.2% to the tip of that wick. It is going to be 4.39% there that move would have done. This trend line, guys, going way back here in history. It's right through the chain link hat on. I had to get the Link Marines already over here. This trend line back here goes to the date of November of 2023, and you can see support, support, support. We broke below it, resistance. We had a fake out there on it. We came back up on it again as resistance and now resistance. So this trend line, been watching it for a while, super strong, and it has been a great trade tool. So going to be watching that there closely. So that's what I got for Chainlink. Guys, if you have any TA you would like to see in the chat, let us know and we will get it up for you. I see Mike Play there. You know, I got a new thing going on here. I want to see how this works. Let me grab Mike Play and throw his stuff up here. It's right there. And then we move that to the top there. Bam. Look, I can do it. It's awesome. Yeah, so Mike Play wants to see Clean Spark. We'll take a look at Clean Spark. We'll take a look at several of the mining stocks because, you know, I sold a whole Bitcoin and picked up some. So Alex O Crypto right now saying, I am so long right now. So let's go get him up there. There we go. I am so long right now. That sounds very inappropriate, Alex O Crypto. There you go, guys. That's what we have going on there in the chat. But we're going to go take a look at EGLD, and then I'm going to go pull up all of those mining stocks for the peoples. OC, back to you, bro.
All right, let me see what I can do. It seems TradFi is not cooperating. Let me see. Oh, come on. Let's just roll with classical TA today. All right.
Well, here, you go ahead and fix your, I'll give you a moment to fix your stuff on there. You go ahead and fix it. I'm going to jump over and check out Clean Spark and stuff while you're getting it going. And then,
Perfect.
yeah, I will also get to that. Crux sending me messages over here, thinking that I'm reading. He thinks I can read 9 monitors at once over here in the chat. So let me see what he's saying here in the chat, and then we'll get into that. It is going to be a YouTube live chat. There we go. So yeah, guys, we got a giveaway coming up. I don't have the thing pulled up right now, but we've got a giveaway coming up. All of the details are in the Discord and on X. But we have giveaways coming up for the members. No, Crux, I don't have it unless you have a link that you can drop to me. I don't have time to hunt for it when I'm live. So I can't keep up with the guy. He's just too far ahead of me. So let's jump over and check out that chart going on there, and we'll see what we have going on. Looking at Clean Spark today, guys. Looking at Clean Spark. Oh yeah, I moved it to the bottom. Clean Spark, guys, looking right here. Getting a move again today. So shout out, just hit $15.60, absolutely tearing off. We have now broken that 1-to-1 trend line there from the Fibonacci, so I need to get rid of that. That is going to be a whole new range that we're going into, and of course, we're going into now what is going to be, I believe, local price discovery. Yep, it is for sure. So we're going to have to go back further and see what we got here. So let me adjust in real time while you get that going there, OC. There we go. This is going to be for that time.
Got it.
Okay, good. We'll get to you in a second. Checking out Clean Spark
Absolutely.
here. Right now in the golden pocket, if we go off of that previous local before that high. So hitting that golden pocket, guys, watch for $16 being a possible rejection. If we do get that rejection, the idea for this would be that we come in, get that 618 bounce, and then pump back up into the platinum pocket there for another test. But it has to hold that golden pocket if it's going to use that as its rocket, its orbital slingshot there. So let's jump over now that you got your charts fixed, OC, and see what you're working with, bro.
Absolutely. Let me get started cleaning here so it is not a mess. Let's take a look at what I was expecting on EGLD. Remember, on EGLD, we were bullish. We were below the dynamic reactor here, and I was expecting a little pullback and a possible fake out and do a reanalysis right here when it hit the dynamic reactor. And my possible A solution or A possibilities, it was going back to this area to grab some liquidity and then bounce back up there. What happened was that we did have enough momentum to break through, so we were breaking through, and instead of going down the oscillator, we keep going up to my secondary area right here. Let's take a look at what I was expecting on this area right there. So I'm going to turn on my indicators, and I want to go first with, let me see where they are. Here we go, these ones. Why? Because they bring up a couple of things here that I really, really like. Those things are these little bars that have a rank. If I double click on top of it, you'll see that it's part of the market dynamics pro, and they are the liquidity zones. I usually call them absorption zones, and they work amazingly. So look at that. Those absorption zones or those liquidity zones, they're also plotting what we've been looking at the Wyckoff pattern here. So basically having this overextension channel, we also have the top of the ranging here, and basically that is a very, very accurate. So what was I expecting here? Because we have a much higher liquidity zone here, but it wasn't zero all the way here. We hit this area, so now this is 0% importance. Why? Because we are already there. So what am I expecting at this point? We have negative volume, and then we also have positive volume here. So it's going to be a little bit of a fight. What I'm going to be looking at this point is going to be my oscillator. If I break through, most likely I will now go visit this little part down there. So let's just not, let me clear up that spaghetti so we can start from fresh here. So again, if I hold or if I don't hold this area right here and I break through the Z line, that will be for me an indication that we're going to be breaking the dynamic reactor and we're going to be hitting this area right here. Remember, this is now 90% important. So this is the most important liquidity zone in the chart. That doesn't mean that we're going to get there. But again, if we break the 0 line, most likely we are. All right. If we can survive this selling pressure and make retail push us up, so we're going to be seeing a bounce also a flip of the ribbon. And in that case, we're going to go all the way up here with this resistance. So we almost have clear space to go all the way to 64.31. Are we ready to take a position? I will say not quite, but we are almost there. I mean, in the next 4 hours, I'm going to be taking a position here. So for me to understand when and where, I'm going to set an alert in here. Remember, I don't actually care about the price. Where is it? I care about the area where is it, all right? And then the next one all the way up here. So I'm basically building myself a little range to understand when is this price breaking and taking a look at when am I going to be taking that entry. So kicking it back to you, Piper.
Awesome, bro. Yeah, I want to. So I'm looking here at charts. I'll get back over there in a second. But some people were asking earlier this weekend what stocks I bought. So I bought, just for transparency, I told you guys I'll always be transparent with you. Clean Spark, I picked up that. I picked up MicroStrategies. I picked up TerraWolf. I picked up Cypher. I picked up S Digital, which is Stronghold Mining, and then I picked up Marathon. So, and all of those up pretty darn good right now. All green, all pushing really hard to the upside. Matter of fact, my Clean Spark absolutely raking it in for me right now. So, if I take a look at the percentages for today, my percentage returns, today's return. There we go. Nope, not that one. Go back. I want to look and see what it is for my percentage change. There we go. I'm up right now about 7.23% on MicroStrategies, 8.79% on TerraWolf, 13.73% on Cypher. Guys, that's what I was talking about when I talked about the percentage gains possible from these versus Bitcoin, because Bitcoin right now for today, as we were looking at a little bit earlier there on the charts, it is actually up. Let's see. About 1.7%. So these stocks absolutely killing it. There's Cypher today getting a nice bounce and break above that trend assistant there, but we are getting a little pinch here and we are overbought. This could get some pullback, but as long as Bitcoin's bullish, I'm bullish on these. I do still have some dry powder for transparency purposes. I do still have some dry powder that I can deploy, but right now looking pretty strong there on Cypher mining. We already looked at that. Let's look at Riot getting a nice big candle to the upside today, and Marathon Digital right now hitting the 236 after getting a clean bounce on the auto printed trend line there. So I just wanted to show those because I told you guys I would show you guys what I went into, and I did not give you the list. So there you go. There's the list of what I bought. So what do you guys think in the chat? Let me know. OC, what you got for us, brother?
I got RNDR. Basically, the movement played out very nicely. I did not enter on the short that I was expecting because it did not hit my alert. Nonetheless, the actual movement went very smoothly. Let's take a look at what happened here. Remember that I had this Gauss handles here predicting where we're going to be going. Well, you know that I don't like to say predicted. It just kind of like a slip out of my mouth there. I like to say it, speculate, right? Because we don't actually know exactly. So I was looking at this as my target here, but I also add two set of alerts. I add this alert right here as we break out, all right? So I did cut this long. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, and off we go. What this up so we can see it candle by candle, and then also note that we are bouncing out of this combination of these two areas. We are almost there on a possible flip of the ribbon, so we need to be very, very cautious there because, again, just like in EGLD, this could be a very nice opportunity. Let me clear this up just slightly so we can see through, all right? And also get rid out of this Gauss candles along this area right here.
We just broke
What's
$49,000 Bitcoin.
Are you kidding me?
Dead serious, man.
And Alex
Dead
on
serious.
crypto saying I'm so long.
Absolutely. Go ahead, finish up, and then we'll pull this up. We are getting a little bit of rejection on that 1-to-1 line that I just showed you guys. So, but we are going to pull that up and take a look at that and cast. So go ahead and finish render, bro.
Perfect. Let me just finish that one up. So basically, it is not about the breakout. It's about the retest. Beautiful entry zone, then getting all the way up there. And let me show you here what I do candle by candle. This is going to be important, guys, especially for the new members. This is not financial advice, but this is how I trade my trades. All right. So long position at the retest. I usually wait for the candle close, wait for it to go back to where is it, set my stop loss. We're going to take a look at how to set a stop loss afterwards. All right. And as soon as I get one full candle in the green, both wick and body, I will be moving my stop to entry. I usually then try to see or assess if I'm going to be taking early profits. I always take early profits, but the question is where. So I do take it right here because I am on a previous high in there, all right? And if I turn on my support and resistance, there you go. You'll see that on the liquidity zones, I was hitting the bottom of that. And what happened previously on that zone, we reversed. So what I did is just take out 50% of this trade, move myself to entry, went back down, did not enter. Then I did not enter on the short because it did not reach the top in here, and then took me out with already gains and basically without losing a penny there. So what is next? We are on support right here. We are, or I am only expecting or waiting for that FOR or flip of the ribbon at the bottom with a possible reversal triangle here, and I'm already at support. So what exactly zone am I looking for? It will be somewhere around here in the middle between the dynamic reactor, the support resistance line, and also the liquidity zone. So that's what I'm looking for, just waiting for that FOR. So turning it back to you, Piper, let's take a look at Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's go here and look at this little tiny token over here in the crypto space called Bitcoin. Yeah, it's guys, I told you we were seeing that curvature down there, and that's exactly how it played out for us. You can see here that the red candles from the Heikin-Ashi on an RSI Prime starting to get really short on this one, indicating that we could be bringing this back up. And as you guys can see, even where we are right now, this can still push all the way up to about 87.4%, as high as 96%. I mean, this RSI can run, let me look at this one. This RSI can run super high, guys. So not really over concerned about what's going on with the RSI. We can still get another pump up, find that $50,000, see if we reject off of that. But we did get a little bounce and pullback here off of that $49,100 range. Like I was saying, back here, previous liquidity area. So grabbing that, seeing how many shorts were set up behind that wick. And looks like there was not a whole lot. Did not trigger a whole bunch, and it's now pushing back up to the upside. If we take a look at just like a 15-minute here, you'll see clean bounce off that 887 and then straight up run to that point that it hit there. So it's looking healthy, guys. It's we had all of this consolidation all weekend, just kind of gathering all that momentum in there. And then today, market pump. How's the traditional markets looking right now? Yeah, NASDAQ, a little bit downside pull this morning. Let's put it on the 1 hour just so we can see. NASDAQ futures not doing all that great. The ES1 not doing all that great. Dow doing decent, just getting a little bit of uptick there. But everything else kind of just sitting static. This is a move based on Bitcoin. What's the Dixie doing? The Dixie, green candle, along with the green candle. And I told you, well, we discussed, I didn't tell. My wife hates when I say, I told you, we discussed that we were going to likely see Dixie moving up while we were seeing Bitcoin moving up because of the institutional push for Bitcoin to get, a little bit of love, right? And then on top of that, we have Dixie, which is getting its valuation increased because of the other economical money that's in that bundle that it's weighed against. So that is why we are seeing a break of that inverse correlation going on between the Dixie and Bitcoin. But yeah, Bitcoin definitely fighting right now to get itself up there and hold that $49,000 range. I do think, like I said this morning, $50,000 range is in play for Bitcoin, but we could see a pullback and retracement there. If it does, 47,900 would be the area that I would watch for its strong support that it needs to hold. We have now proven that area as support. So I promised everybody I would do some CASPA here. So let's go ahead and jump over here and do some CASPA. For those that don't know, in the chat, let's come over here. Come here. In the chat, Crux dropped 2 links for the giveaways so that you guys are tracking. We got a 5,000K subscriber giveaway coming up. And then we've also got a members giveaway coming up. And we're going to be doing some ADA giveaway, I believe, and some Chart Prime, a free month of Chart Prime. So, yeah, we're doing giveaways, guys. I told you we'd push this money back to you. So, little poll up right now. Do we cross $50,000 Bitcoin today? So if you guys haven't answered that, let's do it. Answer that one. And shout out to all my alumni, man. You guys are lively in the chat today.
Yeah,
so.
that's my alumni. You know
Let's
what I
get
mean?
back into this chart. Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean? Let's take a look here at Caspa, guys. On the trade calls on our Discord for our members, we were down here getting this nice support, and I said, hey, look for take profit 1. Going to be at 12.8 cents, and then ultimately take profit 2, going to be at 14.5. We hit that this weekend here on Saturday. So if anybody was in that trade, that was a perfect called out trade there, and I'm glad that it worked out for you guys. But what I want to point out is we hit the delta line. You guys cannot see it probably. Let me hide this for a second. Let me go over here and hide these fibs. Can you hide the fibs, please? There is a blue delta line right there of the trade band for predictive ranges. And that was why I started that there, because it coincided right there on top with that trend-based fib extension. There's your top trade band. There's your bottom trade band. And we held it as strong support all weekend long. We are now pushing back up on this. And when we break above this, that next target is going to be 15.5 right there on that top trade band of the predictive ranges. Let me get rid of the Mexican spaghetti there, turn back on those trend based, and let's see if we're going to do that and we're going to hit that 15.5, 16.1 is in play. If we go back and look at the previous areas that we got play on this phase line, it would be non-existent. We've never done that. So that will be price discovery will be right here at 15.5. So be watching for 16.1. If we break this 14.5 that we're at right now, that would be what I'm watching for. There is that next band, that next phase 8 hitting 16.1 cents. So getting a good move on Caspa. So shout out to the Caspa holders out there. So OC, what you got, man? Let's get a couple more TAs in. Knock out 2 of them. I'll knock out 2 of them. And then we will get these people ready because, guys, you may not know this, but we have a new outro, video and all, with credits and shout outs. Stick around. Watch the end of the video for that. So, OC, what you got for us, man?
Absolutely. ICP. So let's take a look at ICP. I believe that it was what? Friday. Friday we were looking at ICP. I don't quite remember it was here on the Academy or back in Chart Prime, but it's playing out very nicely. So remember that I always do plan A and plan B just in case it flips on me. Remember, this is a possibility game, right? So we usually aim to the highest possibility, but if it goes to the lower possibility, remember, there is still a chance for that, right? And a smart trader is a prepared trader, right? So we are prepared. So whatever happens, it is never taking us by surprise. So let's take a look at here. So plan A was going all the way up here at this area. This is my manual box there, just to try to get this spaghetti under control, because lately it's been getting out of hand, right? Too much leftovers of that. But nonetheless, what do I have that box in there, and also why do I have this other box in here? I want to pull up my support and resistance, and you'll see that that is the base of that box. Also, I want to pull up right here my rank box, and you'll see that this rank, it is already 0%, but wasn't 0%. We basically hit the bottom, drew the rank out of it, and that's what defined my box in here. So basically, it was a measured entry box. And then why all the way up here and all the way down there? We'll see that because we have our volume profile back magnifiers, bar magnifiers. So what am I trying to show you guys here is where is confluence is at, right? So far, we're going for support. Let's just take a look at what our oscillator is telling us. Our oscillator is telling us that we are breaking through. So if we don't hold in here or bounce out of here, like if we don't flip early, we most likely are going to be going for this area down here, and possibly will be, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and off we go. Remember that I still have that alert set up, so it is not a new alert. That is a 12.32 327 area where I'm looking for reanalyze my possible re-entry here. I am short on ICP and already have taken some profits. All right, so again, 50% out, and I'm just moving my stop to entry as soon as I had my first candle, both wick and body in the green, which I already have played out, and just letting the market run away with whatever it wants. I have nothing to lose, and I have already my quality analysis set up. So hopefully you guys are also on ICP or looking at some very nice areas right there. So turning it back to you, Piper, what do we got for us?
I'm trying to bring someone up here, but it is not working for me right now, and I'm not sure why. It's so weird. I've got Otter literally in here right now in the in the green room, and I can't bring him up for some reason. Let me assign him here and see if that's going to work. Yeah. Otter, it's not working, bro. I'm trying to bring you up, Alex O, and it does not want to let me right now. Ecamm not playing nice, so I apologize, man, but I'm trying to assign you a role and it won't even let me do it. So, yeah,
It makes your circuit underwater, maybe.
I don't know. It said this is too much alpha on one screen. OC, give us one more TA here, and I will see what I can do for him.
Absolutely. I want to go to my set alerts because those ones are the ones that have been playing out already. So let's take a look at METIS. I know it hit a couple of days ago. Nonetheless, I think that is a good one to keep following on. Why? Because it's been hitting targets, not exactly as I was expecting, but nonetheless hitting those targets. So remember that right here, I was expecting a breakthrough, then a retest, and basically make a little range. Just like it happened with Bitcoin, my little range was cut off here and basically stretch on time and going back below the order block magnifier. I'm telling you, this tool, and by the way, this is a free tool, guys. It is crazy. You should get it and at least give it a try, especially 4-hour and daily. That is amazing. All right, so what's happening? Remember that this was my target. I was looking at METIS here because I wanted to enter here. I did enter on a short right here, just slightly on this pullback because I was seeing this motion dropping back, all right? So as you can see, I was just slightly off by, let's just count that, from the top of the week to my alerts for 1.57%. I mean, of course, we can always get it perfectly, but that is the zone that I was looking for. Look at that little beautiful wick. So I wasn't short, already taking some profits. By the way, I am looking again at my oscillator, and I'm going to reset my alerts at this point. I'm going to be grabbing this one and putting it right here above my previous high, slightly below, so it doesn't happen the same thing here. And I'm also going to be placing another alert right down here below the dynamic reactor. If the oscillator decides to completely break and also the price follows, well, then I'll be notified as it does. So I'm also looking at METIS. Just so you know, very low leverage. I am on very, very, very low leverage. And also, I'm actually trying to pick up a little bit of METIS for the long run. Not too much, but just grabbing a little bit of that. So not financial advice, it's only what I'm doing. You are free to do whatever you want. And remember, you are responsible for your trades and pickups. So make your due diligence into it, do it with caution.
Awesome.
So, Piper, are you ready to roll?
Yeah, I couldn't get Otter up. It wouldn't assign him, so he had some stuff that he had to go take care of anyways. In like 6 minutes. He only had till 10:30 his time, so he had to bounce on us. But hey, we'll get him up here sometime. He said anytime that we have one of my co-hosts not available, he's always ready to jump in. So I appreciate that. Shout out to the Otter gang. You guys rock. Taking a look here at Ethereum, guys. Wrapping it up with Ethereum here. We do have a nice 382 fib here that we got all of our support off this weekend, bouncing on it pretty darn good. And now we are getting a move up. If we break this upper band here of the predictive ranges at 2550, be watching 2572. We'll just go ahead and say 2575 psychological number, going to be in play here. Getting a great move off of Ethereum today. Ethereum looking even more bullish than what Bitcoin was, because you can see here that we're getting that curvature of the ribbon here for a possible ribbon flip on that zero line. And right now, RSI primed sitting all the way down at about the 50% line. So we have way more move to the upside on these than what we do on Bitcoin. So Ethereum, as long as Bitcoin even just maintains a little bit of bullish structure, I think Ethereum is going to be absolutely cranking off here. But take a look at the daily, what we would be seeing here for this. I could see us getting back up to this 27, retesting this top wick right here that we hit $2,700 here, Ethereum back on 10 January. So that's what I'm watching for Ethereum, looking pretty bullish there on all of its indicators, to even include, by the way, the daily here. We got a ribbon twist here, and then it gave us this move up, and we're not even close to being outside of the overbought range there on the RSI Prime. So super bullish on Ethereum right now, man. All right, OC, bro, what's going on, bro? We had a two-man show today, so apologies. We'll bring back the most handsome man in TA, Tradfi, tomorrow. So hopefully he'll be back in here. Not to be confused with the other most handsome man in TA, which would be Alex O'Crypto, his twin brother. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this content today, don't be shy. Don't forget to smash that like and share it out to friends. We're still trying to grow. We're coming up on 5,000. We got giveaways coming to you guys. We've got that Discord down below. You can check the links. All the links are good and should be solid working links there. You can join the Discord there. We got a free Discord, but if you are a member, we have a lot of bonus content that we're pushing out to you guys today. Don't forget, for the members, newsletter, the first official Piper Academy newsletter is coming out. I hope you guys enjoy that, and we're always open to feedback that you guys tell us about it. So, OC, what you got for the people on the way out, bro? Before we play them this bussin' fire outro, no cap. Shout out to my son for teaching me all the Zoomer language. So
I need a quick setup on that one. CTS rhythm, hit me up when you're free. I'm willing to learn that. So I do have a little bonus thing for the people here before I go. So I'm gonna say goodbye, but also take a look at RVSN. It's crossing 9.79. That is one of my alerts. It just rings. So right after this one, I'm gonna go set up a trade. So just be careful, not financial advice, and goodbye, guys. And let's roll with that intro.
All right, guys. Check it out. Thanks for joining us here on Piper Academy today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. This is for the alumni. Thank you guys for helping us grow. It is happening so fast, and we are humbled and honored to be the show you guys choose to watch every morning. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Trade safe, and as always, use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off to get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean.
That was awesome, dude!